Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me on my drive to work today in rainy central Minnesota. It's April showers, I guess, which is better than the April snow we've been getting. So we'll take it. Um, in my last couple videos, we've discussed things that we commonly hear from patients in the emergency department, at least that I commonly hear because I'm in the security industry. And I think this will be my last video in this little series here, but if I think of something else, it might not be. Anyhow, the phrase that I want to discuss today is, I'm going to sue you. That's something that I hear all the time. I've now worked in this industry I've worked in the security industry for 8 years. I've worked in healthcare security for 4 years now. I could not begin to tell you how many times someone has threatened to sue me. It's literally been hundreds of times. I have yet to see the inside of a courtroom. But anyway, it's kind of one of those things that it really feels like kind of a last ditch rhetorical effort from some people is, they don't like what's going on. Maybe they don't want to be here. They don't want they don't want to change their clothes. They don't want the medication that they're going to have to take, whatever the case may be. If they can't talk their way out of it some other way, I'm going to sue you. You can't do this to me. I'm going to sue you. And, we've discussed in the last couple of videos why oftentimes, yes, we can do whatever it is that you don't like. But the legal threats are always kind of interesting, mostly because people generally have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to the law. You can't you can sue someone for anything. You can't sue someone successfully for just anything, especially when that thing is specifically allowed by the statutes. The other interesting thing is when it comes to me specifically, the Minnesota statutes make very specific, fairly large legal cutouts for people like me. If I am directly following instructions given by a nurse or a doctor or something, unless the thing is obviously like clearly illegal. But if a nurse says to me, "Hey, this person can't leave," and I keep that person from leaving, there is no legal liability for me. Maybe there is for the nurse, maybe there's for the organization, but I'm in the clear because I was doing what a licensed person told me to do. But even when it comes to the organization itself, people are always saying, I'm going to sue the hospital, I'm going to bankrupt. Yeah, okay, sure, go for it. But again, I've never even seen the inside of a courtroom, so it's not as though these legal threats are ever being followed through on. I do remember one patient who told me that he was an attorney. Spoiler alert, he was not an attorney. And, he's trying to make these legal arguments. And now, I've mentioned in previous videos, I do intend to become an attorney. I'm not one. I am not even a law student yet. But law is something that I've found very, very interesting for quite a long time. For a layperson, I think I have a pretty good grasp on the law. And it was just from the outset clear that this guy had no idea what he was talking about. He was telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you federally," and okay, well, you have to have federal jurisdiction to sue someone federally. And I asked him, how do you intend to establish federal jurisdiction? And he just looked at me like, "What are you talking about? What's that?" And there's a number of ways to do it. And I'm not going to get into that, but the point is, he had no idea what he was talking about. And so I was like, "Look, dude, don't BS me. I know that, I'm just a rent-a-cop, but I actually know some stuff. And also, folks, you're not going to intimidate me with a lawsuit because one, you can't actually sue me personally. You can sue my organization, and frankly, that's not my problem. And also, I know what the statute says we can and can't do. If I believed that there was any possible liability that you were, reasonably arguing about, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do this thing. But that has never happened to me. And in any case, if you ever find yourself in the hospital, maybe you're there against your will, you don't want to be there. Here's a pro tip for you: just cooperate. If you don't want to be there, the fastest way to get out of there is to just cooperate. If they tell you to change your clothes, change your clothes. If they tell you you need to take some meds, take some meds. Then just veg out on the bed, turn on the TV, and wait. And you know what? Is that stupid and boring? And yeah, probably. And I don't blame you for not wanting to be there. But if you yell and fight and don't cooperate, you're going to end up being there a lot longer. So just be cool. Treat the nurses respectfully. And here's another thing: if you're nice to the staff, they're going to be nice to you. If you're a jerk and then you go out there and ask for a snack, good luck. If you are super super polite with them all the time, and you ask them for, a snack or some other things that they might be able to get for you to entertain you or whatever, there's a much higher likelihood that you're going to get what you're asking for, because otherwise they might only give you the absolute minimum for what they have to give you. You're going to get your meal, you're going to get, your blankets, your bed linens, whatever. They're not going to do much else for you if you're being a jerk. So be nice and they'll be nice back. Be nice and you'll probably get out of there faster too. In any case, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.